Hi, welcome back to day 30 of the Sealy Challenge. Today's going to be a little bit different today. I wanted to address some comments that I've received, as well as, of course, read another poet for you. Back on day 3, I reviewed Field Guide by Robert Hass, and during that reel, I asked some of you if you wanted to hear me or not read Robert Hass's Privilege of Being. And a bunch of you left comments saying, yes, we want to hear it. So first off, I wanted to thank these fine folks: The Suitable Girl, C4 Poet, Monica K. Snyder, and D. Williamson 1954 for all leaving comments encouraging me to read it. I didn't forget, so here I am, back with Robert Hass's Human Wishes, and we're going to take a look at Privilege of Being. Okay, Privilege of Being by Robert Hass. Many are making love. Up above, the angels in the unshaken ether and crystal of human longing are braiding one another's hair, which is strawberry blonde and the texture of cold rivers. They glance down from time to time at the awkward ecstasy. It must look to them like featherless birds splashing in the spring puddle of a bed. And then one woman, she is about to come, peels back the man's shut eyelids and says, "Look at me." And he does. Or is it the man tugging the curtain rope in that dark theater? Anyway, they do. They look at each other, two beings with evolved eyes, rapacious, startled, connected at the belly in an unbelievably sweet, lubricious glue. Stare at each other, and the angels are desolate. They hate it. They shudder pathetically, like lithographs of Victorian beggars with perfect features and alabaster skin hawking rags in the lewd alleys of the novel. All of creation is offended by this distress. It is like the keening sound the moon makes sometimes, rising. The lovers especially cannot bear it. It fills them with unspeakable sadness, so that they close their eyes again and hold each other, each feeling the mortal singularity of the body they have enchanted out of death for an hour or so. And one day, running at sunset, the woman says to the man, "I woke up feeling so sad this morning, because I realized that you could not, as much as I love you, dear heart, cure my loneliness." Wherewith she touched his cheek to reassure him that she did not mean to hurt him with this truth. And the man is not hurt exactly. He understands that life has limits, that people die young, fail at love, fail at their ambitions. He runs beside her. He thinks of the sadness they have gasped and crooned their way out of coming, clutching each other with old, invented forms of grace and clumsy gratitude, ready to be alone again, or dissatisfied, or merely companionable, like the couples on the summer beach reading magazine articles about intimacy between the sexes to themselves and to each other, and to the immense, illiterate, consoling angels. So you have to excuse some of my verbal flubs while reading that poem. It's kind of a long one, but yet it's so profound, and it has so many moments in it that truly shine, and I'm going to share with you what I love. Let's talk about it. So I really love in Privilege of Being how we get the point of view of these ethereal angels. They're looking on from above, and they're observing this raw and poignant intricacies of human intimacy. Here's these celestial beings in all of their pristine beauty, the strawberry braided strawberry hair, and how it contrasts starkly with messy, heartfelt connections in humans. As I mentioned, that part with braiding one another's hair, which is strawberry blonde, and the texture of cold rivers. I mean, so vivid, right? It's contrasted with the humans in their raw, awkward moments of lovemaking, and that's profound in its way, right? It's this intense scene where the two lovers, they stare into each other's eyes, and it's all about vulnerability, understanding, and that profound desire to truly be seen by the other. And then there's this glorious twist that Robert Haas takes. There's these angels, and they're not thrilled. They're downright desolate, possibly envious, or maybe pained, seeing this fleeting nature of our connections that they themselves cannot possibly grasp. There's envy and frustration there that I think is brilliant. Then I think there's a part that really kind of touches on a raw nerve when the woman confesses that even with all the love, there's this underlying loneliness, and I think it's something we can all empathize with. It's a universal truth that no matter how close we are, there's an inherent solitude in our existence and the way we were designed. And that's why I think Privilege of Being is titled so. It is certainly a privilege that we are bestowed by being who and what we are. I love going back over the part where the couples are reading about intimacy. So here we are reading this poem about intimacy, and the couples in the poem, very meta, are reading about intimacy themselves. And maybe they're searching for guidelines like we are. And all the while, these vast, silent angels are just watching over from on high, just looking down in all of their envy and all of their beautiful intensity. I don't know, I always feel connection to poems that connect us to the solitudes of our existence, whether it's galactic in scale or very focused and penetrating. And because it's something that we all deal with, we all live with every day. I mean, there's one person you can't get away from, and it's yourself. And you're stuck with you no matter what. So you better make it a good relationship if you want to enjoy your time here. And so any poem that sort of strikes on solitude and the loneliness of self always resonates really strongly with me. But this particular poem is by far, as I mentioned, I think in my day 3 reel, it is by far one of my top 3 poems in existence. I just absolutely adore it because it resonates so strongly, I think, with everyone that is a human. So profound, Eric. Anyways, this book, Human Wishes by Robert Haas. Get it. You can't lose. And it's, what is it? It's 82 more pages of awesomeness. So don't delay. Anyways, thank you again to the Suitable Girl, C4 Poet, Monica K. Snyder, and D. Williamson, 1954. The last one also being known as Mom. She's always the most supportive, right? You gotta love that. But I appreciate it, and I hope I did that poem justice for you. You asked for it, you got it. Anyhow, to wrap up day 30, tomorrow I'm going to be posting a story asking, basically an AMA, asking you all to go ahead and ask me questions about this journey, this last 30, well, tomorrow will be 31 days of the Sealy Challenge. Ask me anything. You can go on Instagram and just go ahead and type your question, and I will review them all and answer which ones I do get, if any, on my day 31 reel. And you can ask about this whole process, this Sealy Challenge journey, chapbooks, poets, poetry, my works, the process of making these reels each day, how this has all evolved for me. Anything you want, just go for it, within reason. Anyhow, as always, stay strong, be persistent, always curious, open heart, open mind. Until tomorrow, the final day of the Sealy Challenge. Bye.